All right, Coach. So first Coaches Show of the year. Just want to give everybody a quick update on kind of what we're looking at this year. What we're going to expect to see from our team. So I guess I just want to start off with, obviously COVID's kind of ramping back up. What kind of impact have you already seen that taking this season?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been better than last year. That's for sure. We haven't really been impacted that bad by it, other than we had one game we've lost, Stone County, that we have since replaced with Poplarville. But that's really the only effect we've had. Our kids have been good. We haven't really had any issues with COVID on our team, and we hope it stays that way. So
good. So just talk about the seniors a little bit. I know lost some pretty influential seniors last year. I mean, who do we have that are seniors this year that you're looking to be leaders on the team?
Well, we have two offensive linemen that are seniors that'll be three really now. With Landon Davis, a kid that transferred two years ago. He had a lot of playing time for us last year. He transferred from Texas, and then Gabe Brandon as well, who transferred from Missouri 2 years ago. Those two really came in and helped us out, and both had a lot of good playing time. You had Grayson Seymour, who played a lot of center last year for us, and he played some guard for us. He's a smart kid, so we can kind of put him at a lot of different spots depending on where we need him that particular week. Big Deshaun Porter's really come alive for us on the offensive line. He's going to get a lot of playing time for us this year. I think we got a good group of like 7 or so that we feel confident in. 8 offensive linemen that we feel can play for us. Deion Harden at receiver, really good player. Has made a lot of noise his junior year. Did well for us, and we're excited about him. He's a guy that's going to play receiver, and he's going to run the rock some as well. He does a good job for us. I'm probably missing a few. R.J. Moss is probably one of your more decorated Biloxi Indians. He's a Mississippi State commit, defensive lineman, very good. Ethan DeMatos at the middle linebacker spot, very good. Terrence Simmons at DB is another one that's had a lot of playing time for us. You got Kai Etheridge as our kicker, who's been kicking for us for the past 2 years, I believe. So those are some guys that we really feel that'll make an impact for our team as seniors.
Well, good. Well, just talk briefly. I mean, I just kind of said the impact players, offense, defense. I mean, you obviously mentioned a lot of those already, but anybody else that you see that you think is going to be a big player for us this year?
Yeah, I mean, in the offensive side, really, offensive line wise, you got Bryson Pizarich, who's played a lot as a sophomore. Adam Davis, who played on the offensive line, that has since moved to tight end. Those are 2 juniors that we feel good about down at that level. Dale J. Bailey, our quarterback, played a lot of playing time for us last year as a sophomore, so he has some experience even though he's young. And these are young guys who've had a lot of experience. They're juniors, but we consider juniors to be pretty young in 6A football. Minus Dion and the skill end, we feel like Took Norwood and Marion Pierce, 2 guys that'll run the ball for us a lot. So Derek Taylor will as well. And then we've added Joseph Pullen at receivers, very good receiver that's been doing well for us, and so has Duran Parrish has showed up for us as well. So feel real good on that end that we have enough guys. Last year we were kind of a one-man show with KK. We feel like we have a good group of guys that can share the wealth and keep people fresh, and so people can't key on one person. That's what we're hoping that we're getting out of this year. On the defensive end, obviously you got RJ, and everybody knows him. And then you have also Braden Ratliff, who played a lot on the defensive line last year, came in, started for us like the last 3 or 4 games. He's back. He's doing a phenomenal job. And Ethan and Augie. I didn't mention Augie with the seniors. He's another one. He played a good bit for us last year and then had some injury issues, but he's right there at linebacker for us, and he does a really good job for us. Him and Ethan in the middle, Aiden Harrison and Demarion Fillmore on the edges. We feel good about. And our secondary is young, other than Terrence, but we feel like we're as talented in the secondary as we've ever been. With those guys, with Day, we had a Gulfport transfer, and Zadarius Crawford, and also with we have a couple more guys back there that we feel real comfortable about in that end. So
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna miss KK this year. He has that
Definitely
big
gonna
back.
miss him. Yeah, absolutely.
So as far as the offensive front, I mean, we still gonna kind of be in that double wing offense.
We're just multiple. I mean, you'll see us in the double wing. You'll see us come out of it and be in the gun. We'll go 2 to 3 wide and get in the gun and try to we really want to. We feel like if we can protect long enough, so a lot of times you'll see a lot of 6-man protections out of us, 7-man protections with 2 to 3 receiver routes. Because we feel like, especially if people are playing man against us, we feel like we have a lot of guys that can get open. And then DLJ's a really smart guy, so when people jump in zone, he understands where they're at and where the holes are. So we feel like if we can do a good job protecting him, he can do a good job for us in picking people apart. So we'll do multiple. It just kind of depends on what each team gives us. We want to be balanced because some teams are very good against the run and not so good against the pass, and some are good against the pass and not so good against the run. So you want to be able to take advantage of those type of things.
Talk to us about coaching changes. Any new additions this year? Coaches departed?
Yeah, we got Trey Payne was one we added who played for me back in 2015 when I was a defensive coordinator here at Biloxi. Was a phenomenal student athlete here at Biloxi, so he's joined our staff and he does a good job. He'll be working with our secondary in our 9th grade, and then Doug Lucas is our new defensive coordinator. Longtime defensive coordinator at Ocean Springs, did a great job for them. Longtime defensive coordinator at Southwest Community College. So he's been around. He's very well known and very respected in the coaching profession, and definitely glad to have him. I think those two will be 2 good additions for us for sure.
Awesome. Well, so Friday night's our first game, 7 p.m. here at home versus East Central. So maybe just talk to us about what we can expect to see from East Central this week.
Yeah, one thing you're going to expect to see is when East Central walks out on the field, we're going to look a little better than them. To be honest with you, you talk about from a physical standpoint, from all that, and we always have. We played them 2 or 3 years ago, and we always. But they are the toughest, one of the toughest teams I've ever played, and it's going to come down to when we get punched in the mouth, are we going to get up and show some toughness and punch them back? It's kind of one of those deals. I feel like we're better athletic wise, but they are extremely tough. And if we're not where we're supposed to be, and if we're not ready to fight each and every play, then we will struggle. But if we show toughness and we get back up and we get knocked down and we continue to move forward and put on pressure with our toughness, then we'll be fine. But we're going to have to be really tough, and especially in these first 2 weeks with them in Poplarville, to ground and pound teams, put everybody in the box. They're going to be really mean, and so we're going to have to be mean back.
So is East Central a 4A school? Is that right?
East Central's 5A.
5A, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then Poplarville?
Poplarville's 4A.
4A.
Between the two of them, they're both 2 state championship programs. I think Poplarville will be moving to next week, but I think they've been in state championship 4 out of the last 5 years. East Central's been 1 out of the last 3 years. So they win with toughness, and they win with that's how they win. So I'm very excited about seeing where we are coming out of these next 2 weeks, and if we can show that same toughness moving into division play.
Okay, so Stone, after East Central, we're supposed to play Stone. That game got canceled, and we're playing at Poplarville. I had heard at one point that game maybe played at Perk. Is that being played at Perk or at Poplarville?
Poplarville's being played at Poplarville.
Okay, good. And then we got a week off, and then we step up to Pearl on the 17th, and then get into district play with D'Iberville the week after that, the 24th. So, talk to us just a little bit about the district. I mean, how do you think we match up to the D'Ibervilles and other people in our districts, and what do you expect to see?
There's really no way to tell at this point. Everything that you say right now is just just kind of guessing, and the guessing game. Really, to be honest with you, on my end, we're really not focused about that. We're really focused about coming out of this non-district, seeing where we are with our toughness, seeing where we are with our skill, and knowing what we got to do to be as good as we can be into district play. Normally, we haven't lost a non-division game in 2 years, I don't think, and so that is because a lot of that has to do with we did a good job, and a lot of that has to do with we're not playing the quality opponents we need to be playing. This year, we wanted to play quality opponents. I mean, out of these opponents we're playing, between the first 3 we're playing, there are, I think, 6 state championship appearances between all 3 of them in the last 5 years. So we want to play against state championship programs. We want to know exactly where we are. We're not trying to come into this thing and ease our way into it. We want to know right now where we are and what we need to fix before we get into district play. And that's where we're at, and that's what we want to accomplish.
Well, good. I think this year there's been a lot of good steps for atmosphere at the game. I mean, I know the band's gonna be moving back into the stands. I know that they're going to be doing some tailgating pregame, as well as any student is free in the stadium with their badge and can come in for free. Big red passes are back. So, what do you think the atmosphere is going to do to help us? I mean, obviously it's not going to hurt us, right?
Right. I think atmosphere is huge. I think pride's huge. I think obviously when doing that, you have to stick with each other through thick and thin, through the good times and the bad times. But I think pride and having people at the stadium and having people really engaged in the game and cheering on, and the band playing and music playing and good stuff brings a different type of vibe for the players. I think it can also serve as an intimidation factor for the opponent, and all those things can help you in winning a football game. I really believe that, and so I'm glad that we're doing that. I'm glad that our administration and our teachers and our athletic department have stepped up for all sports, not just football, to try to build that pride amongst our students and amongst our staff and our teachers. And I think it's really going in the right direction, and I'm really excited about it. We're very, very excited about it.
Well, good. Well, we're excited about football starting back up and getting going. So we're going to do this every Wednesday, the season we did last year. So please share it out there and get it, get people invested in the program and interested in what we're doing here. So, Coach, what final words do you have for Indian Nation out there?
Just come out, be loud, be supportive, and cheer on the Indians each and every week. We need you. It's huge when you have a good fan base and you have good support, and we can't do this without you. So we need to see you every Friday night.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
You turn this off real quick.